Hello sunshines, welcome to BunniPhish Crafts. I'm your host Heather, known as BunniPhish on Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon. Today is Monday the 16th of January 2023 and this is episode 3. How are you? I'm doing well. Happy Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. He was a civil rights leader and activist, in case you've never heard of him, which I suppose could be the case depending on where you are. I am in the United States, so that's a holiday here. I live in Michigan. That's the state that looks like this. There's 2 peninsulas. They look like mittens. That's where I'm from. So we don't have school on this day, which is fairly recent. When I was a kid, we used to, but now we don't. So the kids and I had the day off, and I had been planning on taking them to the Henry Ford Museum, which is not too terribly far from us, because they have never been before, and their dad bought us annual passes for, or like a family annual pass for the winter holiday. And we had the day off, and I was like, oh, it'll be a great day. So then I was like, oh, I wonder if they're even open today, because there are things that are not, but they were. And there were special programs for MLK Day. It was so good. So exciting. Lots of really, really good things. So at the end of this video, because I know some people aren't here really for like lifey, vloggy things, but at the end I'm going to put in some photos and some video, maybe video, depends on what the audio quality is like. There was an actor who performed the speeches of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. There was a dance troupe from a local-ish dance high school, and yeah, it was a really, really cool day. I had a lot of fun. I think my kids mostly liked it. The older one went off and did their own thing. They have a phone, so we, would text check-ins every half hour or so. And the little one was with me the whole time. So just so you know, so my kids are not that far apart in age. My oldest one is only 2 years older, but maturity-wise, drastically different. Like, so different. My little one has autism, so she just doesn't have any like street smarts. Basically, like that's how it represents in her. She can't detect sarcasm. She can't like read facial expressions, really. Like she can tell the difference between a smile and a frown, but she can't tell the difference between like a I'm gonna punch you in the face smile and a genuine I'm happy smile. Does that make sense? Like, so yeah, I'm way more comfortable letting my oldest go and do things versus my littlest. Like, I let my littlest go to the bathroom and then come right back. And that's like the extent. Just, I don't know. I'm not to a place with that one where I'd be like, yeah, sure, go wander on your own. Also, she doesn't have a phone yet. Soon, but not yet. I'm not looking forward to that day, because then I think she's going to want to go places by herself. And I'm not ready. Okay. Anyway, so we went and I took this sock, and I did all of this while walking around the museum. We walked a lot. So yeah, this is the tube sock. It's so close to finished. Do you want to see what I have left? This little nugget is what I have left. So I'm getting dangerously close. I did just do a bunch of increases. So right here-ish, I went from doing just knit 2, purl 2 around to every round adding a stitch into one purl section. So now it's knit 2, purl 3 all the way around. So how many stitches did I add? It was 56 divided by 4. 14 stitches added all the way around. I don't know if I needed that many, but that's just what I did. So yeah, that's my sock. Maybe I'll try it on before I finish it. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But this yarn is Unique Sock in color 61, and Unique comes in, or this in particular comes in 2 matching balls, so they match perfectly. By the way, we're in the yarn shop. You might be new here. We're in the yarn shop. I teach a class on Monday nights, so I am here early so that I can record for you, because it's quiet here and it's not so quiet at my house. I mean, it's getting less not quiet at my house. So I forgot my whole intro, I guess. I will be recording all week, so what you're seeing right now is just a clip. It's just an intro clip. And then I'll record later, usually on Saturday, but sometimes on Sunday. Saturday at the shop, if I think about it, or Sunday in my room. That's my new thing, I guess. I don't know. This podcasty thing is ever evolving. I've been doing it for over a decade. So what is typical now is not what has always been typical. So I'm going to show you a sock that I have not done anything to since you saw it on last week's episode, but I'm dropping a bunch of stitches. Let me pick those up real quick since it's color work, and that would be real bad. Yeah, that's probably everything picked up. It's fine. It's fine. So these are the Heart Explosion socks. And I'm doing it as a test knit. I am almost done with the first full repeat. And then I'm going to go to the heel. So I'm going to work on that a little bit tonight. I hope. And now the blanket. So I did work on this morning because I had time before we went to the museum. We were gone at the museum for a long time. I think we got there at 10:40 and we left right around 2:40, 3-ish. I don't know, something like that. We were there for a while. And I knew we were going to be, so I had to get all of my stuff done at home. Like everything that I wanted done today, I needed to get done early because then I had to teach here. So anyway, I did this morning. I was right here this morning, so I did all of this, and I have the first heart motif in, and I think it looks so much better. I'm glad I pulled it out and redid it because I feel like that heart looks much neater, and it will look even better once I weave in the tails on the back. But I'm not so worried about that right this minute. I'm just gonna try to just knit away on it and see how far I can get. Maybe get to starting the next heart sections. We'll see. I don't know. That feels very ambitious, but maybe. The hearts don't take that much yarn. I pulled out like a wingspan length of yarn, and that was, I didn't cut it. I pulled that out and I did a square knot in the yarn so I could like test how long it was going to be, because I'm going to be doing the hearts in tarja. I was like, and I'm going to be doing 2 hearts in a row on the next thing. I was like, man, do I need to work from the inside and outside, or can I just pull a length? So if I pull a wingspan out, that'll be enough for a heart for sure, with like a little bit of extra, like, I don't know, like 10 inches of wiggle room or something. So that should be perfect. There's no way that my tension's going to be that far off that I'm going to need all of that, but I'd rather not run out. So yeah, the heart is knit back in. It's going okay. I'm feeling better about the blanket today than I was yesterday. Yesterday I was not happy about this blanket, but today I'm feeling okay about it. The yarn that I'm using for this is Cascade Superwash 220 in, I don't know the colors. Maybe I'll tell you at some point. Maybe I won't. If you really want to know, you can put it down in the notes below. P.S. The hat that I'm wearing today is Filigree by Woolly Wormhead. It's super cute. It is a ton of purling. That's all purling, I think. Is it all purling? Did I work it inside out? I may have worked it inside out. I think I worked it inside out. I think I probably did, so that I was just doing knitting. I don't remember. But that seems like something I would do. But if you work it not inside out, it's a lot of purling. But it's beauteous. So that is the blanket. And then I have, I worked on, I think the heat's about to kick on, I apologize. Yep, there it is. I worked on my exploration station shawl. So I did put it on the bigger needle. It's on a 32 now. And look how big it is. I know, I just added almost one whole wedge, but I wanted to stop here because I have a little tip for you. If you are doing short rows in such a way where it says, for the short row instructions, stop so many stitches before your last turn, which this short row section does. Sometimes you do short rows and like you start with a small number of stitches and then you go over the stitch that you turned on the last time and like go past that. That technique won't really work for this one. Kind of. I will confuse you if I try to explain it, because you can do this for that too. But anyway, this pattern is a work to so many stitches before your last turn and then turn. So what I do is I knit to the stitch. So what I'm going to do for right here, I'm going to knit to the stitch marker. I'm going to take the stitch marker off. I'm going to turn, and then I'm going to count the number of stitches that I need to go to before the turn, and then I'm going to put the stitch marker there. And then I'm going to continue knitting to the end. And then when I come back, I know to stop at that stitch marker. And then I'll count, however many stitches, put the stitch marker, knit to the end. It makes it so much easier because I have totally been like, okay, I need to knit 2 stitches before my last turn. And then all of a sudden I'm knitting on that turn stitch and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that I was supposed to stop. So that's just a little trick that I like to use. It makes it really, really mindless to do short rows, because when you get to the stitch marker, you stop and you do the thing. It's just a little mental speed bump that's like, hey, pause here and take care of this. The yarns in this, I can tell you the companies, but not the colorways. Sorry. This bluey color is from Little Bay Blue. This light gray color is from Shipwrecked Sheep, and this medium gray color is from Mud Punch. The black is from Manos del Uruguay Alegria, and maybe I can put a picture of the tags in here. We'll see. I'll try. Hopefully I did. If not, and you're really, really interested in one of the colorways, put a comment down below and I'll get back to you on it. And then my last work in progress is the test knit sock. The other test knit sock, the one that I'm not really working on, except I totally am working on it. I put in about a pattern repeat this morning just because that's what I had headspace for as I was waking up. was somewhere in the red yesterday. No, was I? Was I in the red? Maybe just a tiny bit of the way into the red. I know that I had the yellow. But I'm through this purplish color now. So I did at least a full repeat. Maybe a little more than a full repeat. More than a full repeat. I was on my elliptical last night and I worked through this reddish section. So red and purple since the last time I saw you. Yeah, it's coming along fine. I have 3 repeats on this leg. I think I did 5 on the first sock. Let's see. The sock basically knits itself. The pattern is so super easy and it's very potato chippy. The repeat is pretty short. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Were you counting? I'm sorry, that's so rude. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I hope you weren't. Yeah, I have 5 repeats on the leg, so I'm more than halfway through the leg on this second sock. Exciting. Since I'm not trying to get it done in any haste. I feel like it'll be finished by the end of the month, but maybe not. Who knows? I think that's everything that I'm working on. That's everything that's out right now. So hopefully that is all of my projects. And then I'm still reading Stolen Heir by Holly Black. It's very, very good. Very dark. I'm on page 108. There are 350-ish pages. So not quite a third of the way through. But I can tell something big is about to happen, and like I'm kind of like, ooh, I want to read it, and I'm also kind of like, I'm not ready. So we'll see. I don't know. I will check in with you again at some time during the week. See you soon. Hello, sunshines. Happy Thursday. I went to a basketball game at my school today and I did some knitting while I was there. So this is where I was on the sock on Monday, and then I was knitting away at the basketball game, and then I looked down and realized that I had accidentally started a 6th repeat on the leg. So I need to look at the other sock to see exactly how many rounds I need to take out to start putting in the heel. So when I looked down and realized that, I pulled out this sock instead. So I think I did that much yesterday between school and the game. But this might be since Tuesday, because this is definitely where I was. I think I put this in Monday night. So this is what I've done since Monday night. So just a little bit of knitting at the game. This is what I did Monday during the day at the museum. So yeah, I'm gonna move up the marker and see how far I get before I record on Saturday or Sunday. I only have this much yarn left. Don't know that I will finish it this week, but you know, I could have a really big knitting day today. Not today, tomorrow. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Oh, it was a good day today, but it was a long day. And tomorrow's going to be a long day. So I'm going to go to sleep. See you sometime this weekend. Love you, bye. Hello, sunshines. Happy Sunday. It is the 22nd of January, and I am coming to you from my bedroom. I didn't take my things to work yesterday at the yarn shop, so I couldn't check in with you there, even though I had the place mostly to myself. It was such a dreary winter day. Like, there was no sun and it was not lovely. Today is lovely. I don't know if you'll be able to. No, it's just brightness out there. We have snow and it is my most favorite weather. Oh, I love snow, and it's not like bitter cold. The flakes are huge. It's gorgeous. I love snow so much. I'm definitely going to take myself on a little walk later in the snow. It's pretty early here still. It's before noon, so I don't exactly know what time it is. It's Sunday, it doesn't really matter, and I have finished nearly all of my chores for the day. I need to wash the dishes and handle like half of a load of laundry, and then I am done for the day. But I am doing that intermittently while I am doing other things, and I'll just show you my list right here of what I'm doing today. So I have a rotation. So my rotation is everything that I want to do before I start another like set of doing the things, because I want to get a lot of things done. And some of the things on the rotation are things that I really want to do, and some of the things on the rotation are things that I have to do. So yeah. So that's why the rotation works. And I don't have to do the rotation in order, but I do have to complete everything on the rotation list before I can restart the rotation list again. It just really works for me that way on a Sunday. That way I feel like I get things done, because otherwise I might look back on my day and be like, oh, I didn't actually do anything. I just laid in bed and read all day. Not that there's anything wrong with that. If that is your Sunday plan, that is a brilliant Sunday plan. And I love those kind of days. However, I have things that I have to get done. Like I need to be working on my school certification. I have a commission blanket that I need to get done. So I have things that need to happen, and then a bunch of things that I want to do. Also, so my hair is really fuzzy right now, but look how cute it is. There was a masquerade ball. I don't know if I talked to you about it on Friday. So there was a masquerade ball, and oh man, I thought I was over crying about it. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a story. It's got me all up in my feels. So it was my youngest's first dance, and she has autism, and she wanted to wear her Isabella Madrigal Halloween costume dress. She has some like formal dresses that she could have worn, and I was like, well, you could wear these instead if you want. And she really wanted to wear her Isabella dress, and she even asked the dean if that would be appropriate, if she could wear her Isabella from Encanto dress, and the dean said yes. And I said okay. So she did, and I was a little worried because she's in middle school, and middle school kids can be brutal. They can be so just awful, right? Like, did you go to middle school in person? Like, middle school is terrible because kids are mean. So it's just like hormones and trying to figure out who you are and all of that. And sometimes at that age, kids think the only way to get up is to put others down. And it's just, so I was worried, and I was a chaperone. So that was kind of lovely. Yeah. So at the end of the night, like 10 minutes until the end of the dance, one of the other people who works at school was like, oh my gosh, you have to go by the doors of the gym. And I was like, okay. So I went over, and my very uncoordinated but loves to dance anyway little tiniest human was dancing, and all these 6th grade girls were around her hyping her up, and like it was just so nice because like she's weird and she's awkward, and I'm also weird and awkward, and like I was like, oh, please let this be a good experience for her and not a bad experience for her. I loved going to school dances, but I remember my first school dance being so awkward because I didn't have a lot of friends at that time. I went through, this is probably gonna sound bad, but whatever. This is my truth. So I got picked on a lot in middle school because I was really pretty, like compared to the other girls. I never went through the awkward teenage phase. Like, I was never gawky. I didn't have braces. I didn't wear glasses until high school. So like in middle school, I was just pretty. I never had acne. Like, I was just pretty. And to make matters worse, I went from being like an A cup in 5th grade to a D cup in 6th grade, like over the summer. So like I had boobs and I had a little waist and I had hips, and like I got picked on mercilessly, and I didn't have friends. I had one friend. And so I went to this dance, and it was just like nobody would dance with me and nobody was really talking to me. So me and my best friend danced, and that was lovely. So I was like, oh goodness, I hope this is not her experience. Subsequent dances, I didn't go to any more in middle school, but in high school I had friends, and so I danced, and it was fun because by high school kids are more chill. Like, middle school is brutal. So anyway, I was like, please don't let that be her experience, because she has been looking forward to this dance since 5th grade. Like, all of the 6th graders have been looking forward to it since at least the beginning of the year. So it was just so nice to like for those girls to hype her up. And like, I know, okay, so I've known a lot of those girls since like 2nd grade. Mara's gone to the school since kindergarten, but I was working too much to chaperone until 2nd grade. And then 2nd grade, I started chaperoning, and then I started working at the school when they were in 2nd grade, and like all of this stuff. So I've known a lot of these girls for forever, and I love them, and I would like fight for them. like for real. I would fight for these girls, but they're in middle school and they can be mean. I've heard them be mean to each other. Okay. So I've heard them, but not a single one is mean to my baby. And that, it's so nice. And so we went grocery shopping yesterday morning. And on the way back, my daughter was like, oh yeah, this other girl who I've known for forever and has known Mara since at least 2nd grade, but probably since kindergarten. She was like, she taught me the steps to a TikTok dance, and they let me be in their TikTok video. And I was like, that's so nice, because my daughter wants nothing more than to go viral on TikTok. And like, have I mentioned that my daughter is so uncoordinated? Like, she has no rhythm. She's beautiful. My daughter is so beautiful, but she's like really tall and thin, and so she's like gawky, and she doesn't have great body awareness, you know, like she's basically like a baby fawn, like a little baby deer, just all limbs and beautiful. She's so beautiful, but she's so awkward, and like I don't know if these girls know how much that meant to her and how much it means to me, but it was just like the nicest thing. So then I texted my work wife about it, because she was not at the dance. She was at home with her kids. And she was like, yeah, they're always super nice. And like, I knew that these girls like protected my child. I knew they did, because one of them, when I was her teacher last trimester, was like, some kids were picking on Mara, and I was like, that's not cool, because Mara that's my baby, is like the nicest person ever, and they just shouldn't mess with her. And so like, I know these girls have her back, but like, to see it in action in that way, it was just so nice, because like, sorry, but not sorry. But like, my daughter is so atypical, but like amazing. She's like the nicest, sweetest, most lovely human. And in middle school, that can be something that other kids try to break out of you. And to have them like protect her, kind of. It's just the nicest thing. It's just the nicest thing. Okay, so, whew. So yeah, even these, there's a girl who goes to the school and she is new and she's like a mean girl, but even she's nice to my daughter and even she protects my daughter. And I didn't know that, but my work wife told me. She was like, yeah, even this girl. And I'm like, oh, I don't know her, but I think I saw her at the dance and whatever. Like, that's just so nice. It's just so nice to know my daughter has that, because I worry about her. She doesn't understand social cues and social niceties, and like, it makes me feel all these big feels that those girls are so protective and nice to her and inclusive of her, because they didn't have to let her be in that TikTok video. They could have been like, oh no, you can't be a part of this. It's just us right now. And my daughter would have been like, oh, okay, that's fine. But like, okay. Oh my gosh. I mean, I already loved those girls, but I love them even more right now. Ugh. I feel every single feel. Okay, so I'm going to get together. We're going to talk about crafting. But anyway, that's why my hair looks like this, because I haven't taken it down since Friday. So it's a little fuzzy. I did redo this braid because my bangs fell out and they were driving me crazy. But I feel like this is going to be a hairstyle that I wear with fair frequency. It's just 2 small braids starting here. And then once I get here, I just braid down the rest, and then 2 on this side, and then a French braid in the middle. And it's like my new favorite thing. I have not worked on this because I can't find my silver thread. And I know that I had at least 2 spools, but maybe 3. So there are 2 places where it could possibly be. So I'm going to prioritize like organizing those spaces in the coming week. And then if I don't, I will try to make it out to a Joann Fabrics so I can buy more silver thread, because I don't think that the place where I pick up groceries that has a craft aisle has silver thread. It's like silver sparkly thread. And then once I get that thread, I'm going to attach it to this, like attach the, what's that called? The spool. I'm literally going to like take a length of the thread, go through the middle of the spool, and then just sew it onto the bottom corner so it can't get lost. Yeah, as soon as I find or purchase another one so that I can get this done, because I don't know if you can tell from where you're at, but like from here to here is done. It's all tacked. And like this bottom section is tacked. So I just need to tack a little bit here. I have to tack this bottom corner. And then like the top third needs to be tacked. When I do the top third, I'm probably going to flip it upside down so it's hanging down here. So that it's easy to, yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. So yeah, I just need to get to work on that. It's so close to done. I just need to finish it. Ridiculous. Anyway, let's check in on other crafty things. So as I've been crying at you, I have been working on my unique sock, tube sock, and I am dangerously close to finished with the first one. You ready? This is what I have left. That much yarn. So I have to try it on and see how long it is. Like this is how long it is, but like how long up my leg that's gonna go. Well, it seems pretty high. It seems knee high. So I'm going to I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to record a little bit about this at the end. All right, so here is my sock on the 3 9-inch circulars, and look at how good it is. So I only have, what's that, like 2 stripes, maybe 2.5 stripes left, so that will take me about here. So then I think I'm probably going to do maybe 15 rounds of ribbing in black, and then the sock will be done. Probably tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to prioritize this sock. I'd rather prioritize the heart socks than anything, since that test deadline is coming due soon. But look how cute it is. I am so proud. So this is where I was at the beginning of the week. This is how much I knit on Monday at the museum, and then this is how much I've knit the rest of the week. So I'll probably take this to school and finish it at school tomorrow. It is on my rotation to do 1 round of this at a time, just so that it's getting forward momentum, but maybe I'll just set this first one aside after I try it on and cast on the second one today so that I can take that to school. I have the ball for it right over here somewhere. So yeah, and I'll be doing the same thing where I will cast on the toe. I'll do a Judy's Magic cast on with the black yarn and the body yarn, and then work down the toe and then work up the foot after, because I much prefer decreasing on the toe. I think it makes the toes last longer. I just can't do an increase on a toe that I like. Like, I've tried several different ways to make increases and I don't like any of them on a toe. So that's what I'm going to do. And here's my sock. It's coming along so beautifully. Or I might finish that sock today. I don't know. I haven't decided. We'll see how I feel. The day is young. I have much knitting time to go. I have been working on also the second sock for this pair. Hold on. I'm measuring the heel. Why am I measuring it on the difficult side to roll up? That's silly. Okay, so I am finished with the heel flap on the sock. This is the texture. It's text and then parentheses URE, so texture me sock, but like text me sock. So I am finished the leg and the heel flap. I just need to do the heel turn and work down the foot. So this will be going to school with me because, again, it's really a very not difficult pattern to do, so I can do it while I'm walking around classrooms and stuff. And yeah, so I'm half done with this sock, so I might finish this sock before the end of the month, which would be exciting. I'm going to do the heel flap today, not the heel flap, the heel turn today, and pick up gusset stitches for sure so that this is ready for tomorrow. The yarn that I'm using for that is Shipwreck Sheep and Fiber Nymph Dye Works. So those are going really well, and I'm excited that I didn't think I was going to get that done. So that would be awesome if I could finish that sock by the end of the month. I'm casually taking part in the 52 sock challenge. I don't remember what it's called. I'll put the hashtag somewhere on the screen that Jilly, Mom of 6, is hosting. And the idea is to finish a sock a week. And even though I don't need that many socks, I have been making about a sock a week, like finishing a sock a week. And whip socks count, so that shorty sock that I brought into the new year, that counts. And I'm not making 26 pairs of socks, but I am making a lot of socks. So yeah, I'm making at least 11 pairs of socks plus a pair for myself this year. Plus I'm going to have that single sock from the package. So like, I don't know, I might make 52 socks this year. Who knows? I can't say I won't, but I can't say I will either. But I'm going to try. It's fun anyway, even if I don't do it. Anyway, the Texture Me sock is by Alendria Knits, and it is, I believe it's out of testing, and our deadline for it was Friday, so it should be released anytime now. And as soon as it is, I will put a link in the show notes for it. I know that there was some interest for it. It's really, really cute and really, really easy. Highly recommend. There's also a fingering weight version of this that is already released if you would like to make a fingering weight version instead. And there's a cowl pattern for it. So if you'd rather make a cowl, all of that is done by Alendria Knits. I can't remember the designer's full name. It's Jennifer, and it starts with a B, and it's a French last name because it's got all those vowels and ends in an X. So I don't remember what. I don't remember. I just call it Alendria Knits. So hopefully I'm saying that right. I've never actually heard it pronounced, but it's linked down below. And yeah, I really like her designs. I test knit a different sock for her. If you've been here for a year-ish, you might remember that colorwork sock that I tested that was like big blocks of color separated by just a little band of colorwork. And I only made one because I was using scrappy things, and my boyfriend at the time didn't wear his socks matching anyway, so just making him a single sock made sense. Yeah, so that was the first thing that I test knit for her. So I've test knit for her a few times. Anyway, I'm test knitting this sock for her too. This is the Heartsplosion sock, which will tentatively be released on the 1st of February. That is the official deadline. So we're trying, the test knitters. The pool is trying to get it there. It's all over colorwork, so it's a little bit tricky-ish because there are big sections you can see. Well, let me hold it so you can see the hearts. So there are big sections. We're using ladder-back jacquard, which is a new technique for a lot of us. Some people are just doing like regular stranded where you twist the yarn. So we're testing things out, making sure things work. And I am on the heel flap. So my goal today is to get through the heel flap, the heel turn, and pick up the gusset so that I can work through the gusset, because I think the deadline is the 28th. So that's only 6 days to finish the foot of the sock. Totally doable. I can do it if I focus on it. I just didn't really knit on anything complicated this whole week. I just didn't have mental space, but I will coming up. That's just how my brain cycle works, like based on hormones. Last week I had like a whole meltdown because of my period and stuff, and like this week I catch up on all of the physical stuff that I need to catch up on, but like my brain space isn't there, so I need simple. And now going into this week, I can knock out all of the complicated brain things. So in case you haven't picked that up from my vlogs, like that's how my brain works. I can't always do the same sorts of things all the time. I need to let my brain do things in its cycle. And when I respect that, I get a lot done. I just have to plan. I have to be cognizant of what my brain can handle when I'm planning things in order to be successful. So here's this sock. I will be doing the heel flap, heel turn, and gusset today. I've already said that. Sorry. Oh, tangent, brain tangent. Malin. I did some work on my exploration station, patterned by Stephen West. Here it is. It's getting so big and beauteous. So it doesn't look like a lot because I was in a short row section, but I finished the short row section I was on and started the next short row section. My goal is to finish this short row section today, and that will probably take me more than an hour. My goal for this shawl is to do an hour a week. The sections are getting pretty big. I mean, I'm on the first section, but I'm on the 5th wedge of the section, and like the first 3 wedges are clearly, these 3 are clearly pretty, or these 3 right here, they're smaller than the next section, and the subsequent 2 sections are even bigger. So if I can finish the first section of the shawl, which are these wedges, if I can finish that this month, cool. If not, also cool, because this is for me. It's not high priority. It's just something I want to work on and put some progress on every single week. And when it gets done, it gets done. I'm doing this as a knit along with some friends, but the parameters are that you start it sometime and you finish it whenever you finish it. So it's very loosey-goosey. It's a project that it's a project that I've been looking at since it came out. I was like, oh, I kind of like that. The next section is brioche, and I am trying to decide if I want to go ahead and do the brioche or if I want to change out that section for something else that will be easier. I haven't decided yet. I might just do the brioche. I know how to do brioche. I don't find it very difficult. I do 1 pass brioche, so it should be okay, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just do like a ribbing or something instead. I haven't decided. Anyway, that's the exploration station. The yarns that I used in here are, this one is Manos del Uruguay Alegria, the black. The tweedy gray color is Mud Punch in Pebble. Am I telling you the right thing? River Pebbles. This gray, this lighter gray, is Shipwreck Sheep in Luna. And can you hear the microwave? I'm sorry if you can. That happens, when you're home with kids and stuff. And then the blue is Little Bay Blue Enchanted Forest. So I'm really, really liking these. I'm probably going to set up my journal page for this, my crafty journal page for this project today. So those tags will be in my journal instead of in the bag. And then the last thing that I worked on, I am pretty pleased with how it's going, is the commission baby blanket. The pattern is called Paris, and it's by Cali Baby Chic. And I have made a lot of progress. So last week when I saw you, I was struggling with this project. There were like communication breakdown kind of between myself and the person who commissioned it. But we figured it out, and I was telling you that I was going to do colorwork hearts. Good morning. I was going to do colorwork hearts in this, and there were so many really great suggestions, and I super appreciate it. I do think now that I've sewn in the ends on this heart that it looks like a heart, and it looks neat, and it's cute, and it shows up. So I went ahead and did the next 2 hearts the same way. Those don't have the ends woven in, so they are not as neat and as cute. But I'm pleased with how it looks, and I obviously made a lot of progress because last week when I was showing it to you, I didn't have any hearts. So I have made up for last week's frogging misadventures, and then this was since yesterday. I did almost another full repeat. I'm going to finish this repeat out so that the hearts are enclosed in their diamonds, and then I don't know if I'm going to continue working on it today or if I'm going to call that good enough for the week, because my goal is a repeat a week. If I can do more, excellent. If not, also okay. So we'll see how I feel once I get to that point on this blanket today. And then I'm still reading The Stolen Heir by Holly Black, and it's so good in the way that I just love the way that Holly Black does fae. She's so good at making them horrible. So great at it, and like mischievous and tricky and all the things that fae are. So I'm really, really enjoying it, and it's on my list of things to do in my rotation is to read in this book, because if I'm not prioritizing it, I'm never going to read it, and I want to read it. The story is really, really great. It's just I've been letting reading fall by the wayside. So I am going to try to not let that be a thing. So I think I mentioned before that sometimes, well, I know I've mentioned before, but I don't remember recently, but I feel like it was recently. I frequently reclaim the yarn from socks that are like too worn out to fix. I mean, I could theoretically like reknit this toe, but these Kai Mei socks are one of the first pairs of socks that I knit for myself. I wore them to holiness. I love them, and I was originally going to make myself a pair of fingerless mitts, but I actually am kind of at capacity for fingerless mitts, so I am going to take it apart. It's knit cuff down, so I'm going to find the highest part on the toe and cut that, and then have it unravel into this blanket, because that's kind of a greeny brown color, until I get to the heel, which is pretty felted. So then after that, I'm going to cut up here, and I don't know if I'm going to put the rest in this green blanket or if I'm going to put it in the corner to corner. I feel like probably the corner to corner, because I want that blanket to be finished and I haven't been working on it. I don't know that that's all going to happen today, but I'm going to get a start on it today. So here we go. The toe is taken off, and now I can very easily, well, there we go. I can very easily unravel from the sock. Much easier when it's not a one-handed operation. But yeah, I can unravel and knit it in. If this had been a toe up sock, I would have had to start unraveling from the top, because in knitting you can only unravel from one direction. Same as crochet. And with that, my friends, I am going to be finished talking for the day. I will put in a couple pictures from the masquerade, and then maybe some pictures if I start that second sock, like I might. But this is the end of the talking, so I hope that going into this next week you have some very good moments, and I will see you in about a week. Bye for now, friends.
So we are at the Henry Ford Museum, and it is right now 11:20. We got here at, what time, Mama?
I don't know, 10 something?
At
40, 10:30?
10:40. We're not sure what time.
Are you having fun?
Yes.
Awesome.
I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day my 4 little children will live in a nation judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream. I have a dream one day that every valley shall be exalted, and every mountain and every hill shall be made low.